Your past mistakes don't define your future because grace rewrites your story. The broken pages you thought would be your ending can actually become the chapters that inspire others. What you once considered shame can transform into a testimony of strength and redemption. Nothing is ever too shattered, too far gone, or too lost to be restored. Have you ever sat alone in silence and replayed the scenes of your past? The moments where you failed, where you let yourself down, where you hurt others, or where life seemed to collapse right in front of you. We all carry those moments. They are heavy, like weights tied around our hearts. Some people wake up every morning haunted by yesterday's decisions, convinced that their mistakes are permanent tattoos on the soul. But let me tell you this truth today. Your mistakes are not the definition of your life. They are not the chains that bind you forever. They are not the end of your story. Every single human being has stumbled. Every single one of us has made choices we wish we could undo. But the beauty of life, the wonder of existence, is that grace, divine, mysterious, unconditional grace, meets us where we are and whispers, "You are not finished yet. Your story is still unfolding." Think of your life like a book. Some chapters are joyful, some are painful, some are filled with regret, and others overflow with love. But one thing remains true. A single chapter does not define the entire story. Just because a chapter was filled with mistakes does not mean the rest of your book cannot be filled with redemption, growth, and purpose. Grace has a way of taking those messy, ink-stained pages and rewriting them into testimonies of strength and hope. The past was real, yes. The failures happened, yes. But they are not your forever. You are not the person you once were. You are evolving. You are being shaped. You are being renewed. The very moments that once broke, you can become the foundation that builds you. Too many people believe they are too far gone. They believe that what's broken can never be repaired, that what's shattered can never be pieced together again. But isn't it remarkable that some of the most beautiful art in the world comes from brokenness? Consider stained glass windows, shards of broken glass transformed into breathtaking masterpieces, or mosaics, tiny fragments arranged to form extraordinary designs. In the same way, grace takes the shattered pieces of your life and turns them into something magnificent. Nothing is too broken to be restored. No mistake is too big, no failure too deep, no shame too overwhelming for the power of renewal. If you are breathing, then your story is still being written, and the best chapters may still be ahead. Let me tell you why. Mistakes can teach us what success never could. Pain can open our hearts in ways that comfort never will. The nights we thought would destroy us often become the very seasons that shape us into people of strength, compassion, and resilience. The scars of yesterday do not disqualify you, they prepare you. They remind you of where you've been and what you've overcome. Think about this. The most inspiring people you know, the ones who lift you up, who make you believe in possibility, are rarely the ones who lived perfect lives. They are the ones who fell, who struggled, who broke, but who refused to give up. They are the ones whose stories are filled with redemption. Why? Because redemption shines brightest when it emerges from darkness. Hope is most powerful when it rises from despair. Renewal is most moving when it follows brokenness. So let me ask you, what if your mistakes are not the end of you, but the beginning of something greater? What if the very chapters you wish you could erase are the ones that will one day inspire someone else to keep going? What if your greatest shame is transformed into your most powerful testimony? Life is not about never falling. It is about rising again, stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Grace doesn't erase the past, but it transforms the meaning of the past. It takes what was once a symbol of shame and makes it a symbol of redemption. It takes the ashes of failure and turns them into fuel for a brighter future. Perhaps right now you feel stuck in guilt. Maybe you replay the same mistakes over and over in your mind. Maybe you believe you don't deserve a second chance. Let me speak directly to that pain. You are worthy of restoration. You are worthy of renewal. You are worthy of rewriting. The story of your life is not defined by your failures. It is defined by the courage to rise again, by the grace that meets you where you are, and by the resilience that keeps you moving forward. And here is the good news. You do not walk this journey alone. The same force that created the universe, that breathed life into existence, that paints the sunrise each morning, is the same force that can breathe renewal into your soul. That force is grace, and it does not abandon you in your brokenness. Instead, it finds you there and says, "Let's begin again." Your past may explain you, but it does not define you. Your past may shape you, but it does not confine you. The mistakes you made are chapters, not conclusions. They are moments, not your identity. Grace says, you are more than the sum of your failures. You are more than the labels of your past. You are a new creation, a story in progress, a masterpiece in the making. Take a moment and breathe that in. You are not defined by what you've done. You are defined by who you are becoming. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with heavy stones. Each stone represents a mistake, a regret, a failure. With each passing day, the weight becomes harder to bear. But grace invites you to set the backpack down, to release the stones, to walk freely into your future. Why carry what is already forgiven? Why drag the past into a future filled with possibility? Some people will try to remind you of your mistakes. Some will try to keep you chained to your past. But remember this: you are not accountable to their labels. You are accountable only to the truth that you are capable of rising, capable of healing, capable of becoming more than you were yesterday. The question is not whether you've made mistakes. The question is what you will do now. Will you let your past chain you, or will you let it refine you? Will you let it define you, or will you allow grace to rewrite your story? You are not too broken to be restored. The cracks in your life may be the very places where light shines through. The wounds you carry may be the very lessons that strengthen your spirit. The failures you regret may be the very turning points that shape your destiny. So stand tall today. Lift your head. Let go of the shame. Embrace the truth that grace has already rewritten your story. The pen is still in motion, and the author of your life is not finished with you yet. Your tomorrow is greater than your yesterday. Your future is brighter than your past. And your story, yes, your story, can become the testimony that inspires countless others to believe in restoration, in redemption, and in the unshakable truth that nothing is ever too broken to be made whole again. So walk forward with courage. Step boldly into your new chapters. Release the weight of regret and embrace the freedom of grace. Because your past mistakes don't define your future. Grace does. And that grace is rewriting your story right now.